Self-mummification, also called Sokushinbutsu, was practiced by a select group of Buddhist monks, especially in Japan between the 11th and 19th centuries. Unlike Egyptian mummies, where bodies were preserved after death, these monks started the mummification process while still alive. The goal? To become a living Buddha, transcending death itself. And the method? Absolutely brutal. The process started with a 1,000-day diet. That's nearly 3 years of eating nothing but nuts, seeds, and berries. This was meant to strip away fat and muscle, making the body less likely to decompose after death. On top of that, extreme fasting and relentless meditation in icy mountain caves. That was just phase 1. Next came something even worse. After years of starvation, monks drank a poisonous tree sap called yorushi. This sap, normally used to make lacquer for furniture, slowly poisoned their bodies. The reason? It killed off bacteria and parasites, making their flesh inhospitable to decay. Basically, they were preserving themselves from the inside out. And if that wasn't enough, there was still one final, unthinkable step. Once the body was sufficiently wasted away, the monk would enter a small stone tomb, barely big enough to sit in. He would assume the lotus position, and a small bamboo tube was left for air. Every day he would ring a small bell to signal he was still alive. And then, one day, the bell stopped. The tomb was sealed, and the monk was left to wait for eternity. After 3 years, the tomb would be opened to check and see if the monk had successfully mummified. Most of the time, they didn't. Their bodies had decomposed and they were given a traditional burial instead. But in rare cases, their remains were perfectly preserved, a sign of ultimate spiritual achievement. Even today, some of these monks remain on display in temples, revered as holy beings. For these monks, this wasn't about pain, it was about transcendence. They believed that by overcoming the limitations of the body, they could attain enlightenment and continue to guide humanity from beyond death. It was seen as the highest form of self-sacrifice, a way to reach Buddhahood in the flesh. Here's the wild part. Self-mummification wasn't officially outlawed in Japan until the late 1800s. That means for centuries, this practice was actively pursued by devoted monks. Today, it's banned, and no one's known to be attempting it anymore. But the mummies they left behind still remain. Silent, eerie reminders of one of the most extreme spiritual quests ever attempted. So what do you think? Was this the ultimate act of faith? Or was it a horrifying, self-inflicted death? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you love exploring the strangest corners of history, like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Thanks for watching.